was just a few days after my birthday. Okay. And I was heartbroken. I did a whole ranting video for 22 minutes. I think that's what the title is. And let's just say this is a recap on pretty much what I thought about the video. I mean, I haven't reviewed all of it because of how incoherent I was. I was a mess, okay? Let's just put it that way. I was heartbroken. I was sad because I got through, I was going through of the process of a breakup that I had. And let's just say that I was rambling on about my cousin, and I know it was terrible on me. It was his business, and it wasn't mine. It was his struggle. I mean, the beginning of the video, I was saying how he was an alcoholic. It was my cousin. He was drinking a lot. And drinking, unfortunately, it has mostly the bad side effects. Mostly you will experience a lot more bad than mostly good. So, and he was peeing blood. He was drinking a whole lot, and he wasn't doing any good with alcohol. And honestly, I can't really blame him, because I was doing the same thing. Okay, I was drinking a whole lot, and I mean, I'm not gonna say that I have drank every day, but from time to time I was drinking to the point where I would forget, or at least try to cope with the feelings that I had that were negatively impacting me. So I would use that as an advantage to forget everything that I was trying to stop. So this is the first time that I'm doing this, driving. Normally for what I'm saying is that I'm not really comfortable having this around my neck area, and I'm trying to concentrate on the road. If you're driving, you need to have your A game mode. You know, do not have any distractions. Just pay attention, because you're just, you're fine. You know what to do. You're a great driver. You know the streets, construction, you know the rules, abide by them, and you'll be fine. But there's some people out there that are just knuckleheads, and sometimes if you're going through a new area, then yeah, you could be a knucklehead too. I've done some knucklehead things. But anyways, back to the subject of me being a knucklehead alone. I was going through a heartbreak during that time. I don't know what else to say. The girl that I was with financially abused me. She would manipulate me a little bit. She would ask me for at least $200. I would give it to her. I mean, I have known this girl for a long time. So it wasn't like I met her 3 months. No, it was more like years of talking to her. I've known her since high school. I tried to play that card where I'm like, oh, I know her since high school. I mean, of course she's gonna be faithful to me, right? I mean, she wasn't faithful to me then. She wouldn't be faithful to me now. That's me right now. I mean, I have a stronger mentality when it comes to that. I try to give her the benefit of the doubt, and I mean, I would continuously just give her, chances after chances, and she keeps blowing them off. And like, I should have left a long time ago, but I was so in love with her that I wanted to be there for her. I thought maybe if I treat her as nice as I could, try to be there as I could, try to support her as a lover would support her, maybe she'll, give a chance to think about what she's doing to me, treating me like trash, and get, just do a 180 and say, okay, you know what, I need to back off and try to change my ways. But no, she didn't. She didn't change her ways. And what's messed up about it is that she cheated right in front of me, like, an HOE would. She was like made for the streets. That was like, she didn't even have to have a flag over her head that's saying that she's bad. She was like the picture was there. You've seen it, you look at it, but you don't process it until you actually get to see the whole map of it. So it was my fault in a way. In my own way, though, I was like blinded by love. I was like dead set on her. I'm like, listen, maybe she's not perfect, but to my eyes, she was the most. She didn't even have to look, a certain way. To me, she looked like the most beautiful woman that I could ever been with, and I should have, listened what she had to say, because the most of the time she would say was pretty messed up. And I mean, for what I've understand with myself, I should have listened to myself and say, listen, she's hurting me emotionally, and she's been messing with people from the beginning of our relationship. She has been messing with people behind my back. So, and I should look the behavior that she was making, but I wasn't that self-aware of how I am now. But at the same time, I still gotta learn. That's just how life works. You learn something new every single day, and it doesn't stop there. It's a weird thing that I have going on with me, and I still have some unresolved issues that I had to figure out. And what I'm trying to say is that she has broken me a whole lot than any other relationship that I had after her, because second ex think that she got me, but no, she didn't. She actually rebuilt me. Third ex, I should have seen it coming, should have seen it coming. Third ex, she pretty much did the same thing that the second ex did, and she knows that second ex too. So if she's seen this video, well, then listen, you fumbled the ball, whatever. I'm gonna get that fumbled ball and make a touchdown. So whatever it is, just pick up that fumbled ball and move on, win the game. Because we've been beat the first half and the second half, but now we are going right after the third and fourth. So it's like, anyways, I'm saying it out of anger, because I've dealt with so many toxic people in my life that it's not even funny. And way up, per se. And at the same time, do I really want to get diagnosed of something that I don't want to get diagnosed for? What if I get diagnosed with something and then it affects the career that I want to get into, right? And so that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to jeopardize the things that I do want to do in the long term. But I don't know. I know this is gonna be a long rant, but the first text, we're gonna just go by numbers, because the first, like, I just want to protect their identity, their be their actual humans. So in my point of view, they have hurt me quite a lot, and I'm not gonna say that whatever they did was bad, or like I'm the only good person here. No, I've done some really crazy stuff that I actually did. I mean, like, I've done some really messed up stuff, to people, to actual people that in my life that did not deserve the things that are done to them because of me. I've hurt a lot more people than what I realized, and I am sorry for it. There's, I mean, I could just say, I'm not a good person. I'm just not. And I try to convince my friends, my family. I don't think I convinced my family that I'm not a good person. I mean, in a way, they never have asked me. I've dealt with so much drama within my family that I don't trust them enough to tell them about my problems unless it's truly necessary, and that's a problem alone. I'm supposed to trust my family, because my main family, like my mom, my dad, my brother, they have their own way of their own beliefs, so it's kind of hard for them to even try to tell them about my feelings. I was raised in a household where feelings are not really spoken about. I mean, just pretty much hated school half of my life, and then during after 8th grade, that's when I started to like school, but the bullying was still continuing on and on until junior year. That's when it was the cool-off started, and oh my god. And then, I mean, after senior year, I thought things would change when I was an adult, but it fortunately did not change at all. I was still being bullied, just in a relationship. So, one thing for sure, if you want to take my advice is to invest in yourself, for one. Invest in yourself. Don't give your money to your girlfriends, to your boyfriends, because you just don't know if they're gonna use you. You don't know. If you're gonna get married, then they're gonna do what they gotta do. If they love you, they love you. They will stay with you, period. There's no if or buts answers. They will stay with you, and then they will reassure you that they love you and they're loyal to you. They don't need anybody else. They need you. But besides the point, if they're gonna break up with you, then chances are, if you don't give them any money, say if you're thinking about buying them a car, forget it. Don't buy them a car. You're gonna drive them wherever they need to go, and if you give them a few hundred here and there, then yeah, you're gonna have to count your losses. But if you're gonna get out a $15,000 loan for a vehicle, and then they end up crashing it and breaking up with you, then guess who's gonna pay for it? You're gonna pay for it. You're gonna be the one that has to maintain it, and guess who's gonna do the monthly payment? brought up, you know? Like I'm trying to, hold on. Right now, going to the gym. What is it? Who's honking who? I'm slowing down and keep, you know, having my own space. It's like, who's honking at me? Or maybe someone else is honking at somebody. But anyways, that's the point here. That's the point that I'm making. It's just that you gotta think for yourself, honestly. Do not get into some situation that you shouldn't really belong in. You should mind your own business. You know, if their family member or an older person is telling you, giving you advice, and they're like, listen, just leave this person alone. This person is, they're a big girl. You know, they can take care of themselves. You know, they're not, you know, that's their life. They don't want to find a job. They're not gonna get a job. They're a grown adult, so you gotta treat them like it. And they're not gonna hold by their hands, you know. And what sucks about it, even if you do marry the person, there's one unfortunate step that some married people are not gonna change their behavior. They're just not. And you know, and then sometimes they're not even loyal for so many years. Like, it could be 20, 10, I don't know. I mean, I've heard some stories where people actually cheat on their partners for so many years of their time. Sorry guys, I gotta turn right here. And then there's people that are not patient just like me. I like to cruise around, so if I'm like, I'm not patient myself, but at the same time, just gotta be aware of your surroundings, especially when you're driving and there's civilians out and about, and you gotta know, because there's some people, unfortunately, that do like to scam. It's not just cars, you know, it's people that are out on the street walking. And I need my own dash cam. I'm sorry. After seeing a lot of people like doing this and that. No, there is one lady. I don't know. It's a crazy story that I could probably get into another round another time. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if worst case scenario, someone gets impatient behind me, they usually go around. And you know, don't mind them. You know, I'm minding myself because I'm trying to stay safe, not trying to get sued. You know, I would rather be a safe driver than a knucklehead one, you know, that have no patience. You know, my grandma says, you know, there's more time to life, so if someone cuts you off, just let them cut you off. Do not chase them, because they can be more crazier than you. And just be your cool self, you know. You don't need to prove a point. And that's what I tried to do so many times in my life. I tried to prove a point, and I try to prove something, and it just ends up not working out. It just doesn't. It sucks. Oh shoot. My bad, bro. Sorry. I was like halfway, and this guy was coming in, so I'm like, I don't want to like have to wait there awkwardly, and then I'm the one that's supposed to, I don't know, in a sense, try to like block their way going in, and then smoothly just glide yourself inward. And depending on how tall you are, I think you can definitely see where you're gonna go. And if you're able to sorry you guys, gotta make sure my seatbelt is off. And yeah, Be good to yourself. That's another advice I can give. I mean, I could probably do more of these. Don't stay in a relationship too long, especially if they're treating you like trash. If they're constantly like saying shit that is hurting your feelings, genuinely hurting your feelings. You could be a man, woman, doesn't matter, whoever you are. If they genuinely hurting your feelings, or you're telling them to stop it, like, you know, like, why are you saying that? Why are you saying that to me? Why are you saying that in front of me? You know I love you. You know I care about you. You know I would give everything to you. And it may seem selfish in a way, but you definitely mean it. You would drop down, text them, do whatever. You would drop whatever you're doing right now just to get to their aid. That's how much you love them, and that's how much you care for them. So what would you do if you're sad right now in this given moment? Is to go to a gym near to you and get that negativity out, because it'll build inside of you, and you might get drunk one day and you'll ruin your whole life. So sorry, just had to take a pause there because it's really close to home. So many times I could have definitely ruined my life. So if you're listening to this, make sure you just go to the person that you're closest to. Make sure you have loved ones by your side, because not everybody gets to live today. And I just want to let you know that you're not alone in this. A lot of people could say that, like with me, but at that time, the year of 2020, it's before the pandemic and everything. So, I mean, maybe even after a little bit, some bars, I mean, most of the bars weren't closed down except for churches. You know, that's kind of ironic, huh? But besides that point, I was at my lowest point during that time. Never thought I could cry now. I sure a lot did then, but anyways, enough of me crying. Go to the nearest gym. You could cry in a locker room. You could cry in your car. Just make sure you get that negativity out, so it doesn't build inwards and it ends up destroying you towards the end. No matter how depressed, sad, you need to go out there and you need to take your anger out on your nearest dumbbells, whether if you're lifting or doing cardio, man. You can run as much as you can and see how much you can make it or take it. So, yeah. I'm still in the process of working out. I'm still in the process trying to get my shit together. But at the same time, I'm still trying. I'm still trying to get at it. So, I'm just making my ways. Just trying to make my rounds. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do next in order to stay sane, because there's some days where I'm just at my lowest, and sometimes I don't know why. But like I said, therapy or no therapy, I mean, I have survived without therapy for my whole life. So again, guys, I know I've been rambling on for who knows how long, but make the most of it. If you like this video, like it, please. Subscribe. Comment what you need to comment, and I would definitely reply to you back. I just, it's been so long since I have this channel. 2014. I mean, like, when I was 2014, I was like 17 years old. I was probably 18 during that time. I don't know. I gotta go check again. But yeah, definitely, definitely go to your nearest gym. Go to your loved ones. Tell them what's going on. You're in a crappy state of mind. If someone's broke up with you, or you have a divorce and it's killing you. Do whatever you gotta do in order to tell to your closest friends. And maybe they're not close to you than you think, so you gotta find some other ones, you know. I mean, I went to the ones that were closest to me, and she was a good cousin. She was a great cousin. She was a greatest friend, and I hope to God that I didn't steal her away. Maybe she's busy. Like, she tells me that she's busy. She's have a life, you know. She just goes to school, like I'm planning to do. I'm trying to go to school myself. And yes, college is a different subject that I can get into. But anyways, gonna go work out, come back, tell you exactly what the big picture is, and trying to do what I can in order not to cry again, because today is the first time I actually got to feel my actual feelings about this. So yeah, thank you guys. Nice talk. All right.